Efinity have joined the crowdloan participants and you can now contribute to their crowdloan. And what's interesting, aside from the fact that their engine coming to Polkadot, is that their new focus is now towards metaverses aside from NFTs. So they've timed the trend very well. Now, one thing I don't like is their total supply being 2 billion with only 10% allocated towards the crowdloan. But then again, they're not alone to do this from the Polkadot crowdloans, as you've probably seen. It would have probably been better to see them on Kusama though, right? Because maybe then the contributions would have been more generous. Just as with other crowdloans on Polkadot, the reward is vested over 96 weeks and there will be no unlock at TGE. Okay, so that is one of the cons, in my opinion at least. And I always like to have some tokens available. Again, 20% is just the right amount, as I'm stuck for 22 months with my DOT and barely get any token unlocks, right, on a daily basis. So this is the way I look at it. And unfortunately, we are going to get a small amount if we do contribute to Efinity. We're talking a very small amount in relation to your contribution, right? So just keep that in mind before you contribute. Now, they said they created 10,042 DGen NFTs and 250 of those have gone to the top 250 crowdloan contributors, and that caused the initial FOMO spark with their contributions. Now, I did see this late because I didn't sign up in advance to be notified, but wait, there are still an additional 250 NFTs distributed to lucky participants. So I guess if I could do the minimum contribution, then maybe there's a chance, right? So I don't know. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Will you be doing the minimum contribution or will you be staying away? Because again, the probability that you're going to get an NFT is very low. Now, what's interesting with Efinity is that creators and developers can subsidize transaction fees for users who can start exploring NFT games and apps without owning crypto or even having a wallet, which is interesting. Now, before we continue with the rest, I'd like to play this short clip and thank today's channel sponsor, Stablepool, and then we'll continue on. Thank you. This video is sponsored by Stablepool, a universal liquidity provider for decentralized exchanges. It's currently got just over 89 million in total value locked, and what it does is it aggregates the liquidity from all the decentralized exchanges available in their partners list, which we'll take a look at a bit later. They have a feature which allows you to stake various cryptocurrencies on the Ethereum blockchain from a minimum of $100, as we can see in this image. Top ones being stablecoins, as they provide a protection against volatility and give you a lot better returns than if you're just holding your money in a bank savings account. I think a lot of people still don't realize that maybe they just don't understand nor feel technically comfortable to make the jump. This is why I think once there will be some brokers out there who will manage this for their customers, there will be more onboarding for stablecoin staking and also top cryptocurrency staking, which are safer for the long term and less volatile. They're also offering liquidity mining. Different pools of tokens are locked in smart contracts, and you can choose from a wide range of pools that you could wish to add liquidity to and get a percentage of the pool rewards. Now, to get to the partners, Pantera, Fenboshi Capital, and Arrington Capital have invested in Stablepool. You can also see a list of the DEXs that they support with the pools that are available on their website. The company is based in Tokyo, Japan, and you can get in touch with them if you would like some assurance. Also, if you want to check out their white paper, they've got two versions available, the English and Japanese one. If you want to check out Stablepool, the link can be found in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. Efinity is Engine's most ambitious project, as they call it, because they won't only supercharge their product ecosystem, but also provide a decentralized bedrock for creators to create a truly free metaverse. So I do see some potential competition for Bitcountry because Engine have been around for so long. Before the bear market started, and their community is quite large if you think about it, right? They've also built a lot of relationships along the way, and we can clearly see they've got over 1.7 million wallet installs and 10.3 million in marketplace volume, so that is a lot. Now, unfortunately, we can't see Efinity and Subviz, which is the website created by the Akala and Karura devs in order to check the crowd loans with the ranks, etc. But we can see them in Polkadot's web wallet directly, so any contributions that you made would actually show there if you did them through the Crowdloan website. Of course, they will be recorded on chain in this area of the ongoing crowd loans. Now, one other thing to note is that even though there are only 1.2 million Efinity allocated to them, their max cap is 50 million, which is humongous, and obviously gives us a much smaller reward should they get closer to reaching that cap before the end of the 5th week, because they could potentially pose a threat to Clover or to Manta. Now, personally, I won't be contributing to them yet. I'll give them a few more weeks to see how they do, because if they end up in the 5th place and knock out Clover from the ranks, or Manta, whoever is going to be in the ranks at the time for the 5th place, then it would make sense to. So yeah, I'll do a small contribution only because there's a small probability of getting one of those NFTs, which could end up being very valuable, and because I missed being in the first 250, of course. Also, unfortunately, there is no referral scheme for Efinity, so we don't get any bonus. It would just be the standard base reward that's mentioned on their website. Next up, Bitcountry have announced a webinar. It will take place on the 24th of November at 7 a.m. Auckland time in New Zealand, and these will be the talking points, the history and stories of their team, which is going to be about 50 minutes long. The demo of Bitcountry, what can you do for your own Metaverse? That's going to be 20 minutes long. Then a demo of Metaverse Network, the Metaverse machines for 10 minutes, and then finally an AMA for 15 minutes. This is all going to take place on Zoom, by the way. So if you want to register, just click on the link within this tweet from @bit.country, as you see here in this image. Finally, to close things off, Darwinia will be holding a panel to discuss how to build the next generation Web 3.0 metaverses. They'll be joined by Decentralized, My DeFi Pet, Torum, and Anon's NFT to discuss the topic. So as you can see, there's a lot of hype with metaverses. Now everyone's talking about metaverses ever since Facebook mentioned it. Now it's like this humongous trend that's been kicking off, and crypto is the place to go to when it comes to metaverses, at least now, right? Because the hype was with NFTs. It lasted for quite some time. It's still there. Then the memes as well. The memes are still here. They're not going away anytime soon, right? And again, some of the memes might be good. I'm not saying they're not, right? And yeah, that's been it from today's video. Thank you as always for watching. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.